study shows that 4 out of 5 of us have mistakes on our credit reports, mistakes that could end up costing you.
So we call on Kurtis, who followed a viewer for 5 months trying to fix something on his credit report. How'd that go?
Yeah, reports, credit scores, all very complex, even hard to understand. And after 5 months, we've learned what may be a clear mistake to you, credit card companies may see as something they do not have to fix. Matt Battershell wants to buy a house, but he says a mistake on his credit report caused his credit score to plummet.
I never would have thought, oh yeah, I'm someone with bad credit because I've always had good credit.
He says he paid off his credit card the amount he says Bank of America quoted him over the phone. Months later, he realized a charge posted after he says he closed the account. The late charges are now affecting his credit score.
So there's the mistake, and it is dropping your score somewhere around 50, 60 points.
Credit expert Al Bingham says the bank should not have posted charges after Matt closed his account, and that 50 to 60 point drop will keep him from locking in low interest rates.
It's going to make it much more difficult to get a loan, whether it be a mortgage, a credit card, an auto loan. You're going to pay much higher fees and rates.
Several studies over the years have shown 70 to 80% of us have mistakes on our credit reports, and they're not always easy to spot. In fact, I didn't even spot anything wrong with my own report. I looked through it, I couldn't find anything. Yeah. What did you find?
A credit limit that wasn't reported.
My Visa card is not reporting my limit to the credit bureaus. Bingham calls it a mistake that can hurt my credit score because it could throw off my debt to credit ratio, which he says you always want to keep at less than 50%. How difficult is it for the average person to fix a mistake on their credit report?
They're overwhelmed. It's extremely difficult.
Let's find out. Bingham says first you should reach out to the place that made the mistake. Go in person if you can. Matt tried going to his Bank of America branch in August.
They said, we'll get back to you. So,
still waiting.
Still waiting.
Next step, give him a call. We've given Matt some notes.
I'd like the balance to be cleared, the late payment removed, and it all cleared off my credit report.
We watch him talk to person after person after person over the span of an hour.
Sure. Let's talk to the supervisor.
After being passed to 4 people, Matt reluctantly agreed to pay his outstanding balance. But the bank refuses to remove the late charge from his credit report.
It's their standard answer. I can't do it, we can't do anything.
Since August, Matt has followed Bingham's next steps, sending a certified letter to the bank. That didn't work, challenging the late charge with the 3 credit bureaus, but they told him to take it up with the bank. And the final step, Al teamed Matt up with an attorney last month.
You get an attorney involved, and generally, unfortunately, they start backing up a little bit.
Not in this case. Bank of America rejected Matt's request to remove the late charge with his credit report. Bank of America's corporate office now telling us their records show that the customer paid off the balance amount, not the payoff amount that was provided to him. We are required to provide true and accurate payment history to the credit bureaus, and because this delinquency is valid, we cannot have it removed. Matt insists he paid what they told him to pay. So how did I do? After struggling with my credit card company to report my limit, I made it to the step of challenging it with a credit bureau. And they agreed to post the limit on my report, which Bingham says can raise my score by 15 points.
Every point matters in today's world.
It was interesting to hear FICO does not consider this a mistake. The company behind credit score says the credit reporting system is strictly voluntary. Your lender can report as much or as little information to the credit bureaus as it wishes. Omitted information is not the same as inaccurate information. So scan your report. If you see something missing, it's up to you to work to get it on there.
You have to be informed on these issues because it has a real impact to your life, to my life, to everyone's life. We have to pay attention to it.
All right, and back to Matt. He says he paid the amount they quoted him over the phone. They now say he underpaid. Matt could fight it in court, but the problem is he didn't get that payoff quote in writing. A good lesson here. Get those payoff quotes in writing and then make sure you have a zero balance when you get your next statement. It's not the first time we've heard of this problem where charges ended up on there after people paid off their credit cards.
Is Matt going to buy a house? Does he want to? Or
he's pushed it back for a little while. He signed another lease. He says 7 months from now when that lease is up, hopefully his score has come back up. And then he'll get a good interest rate to buy a house.
Especially now that they're considering putting rental histories on credit reports. Who knows if he's paid all of his rent, that could help in his favor, right?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Right now with those rental histories, not everybody's doing it, but if that becomes more the norm, then that could help them.
So we can all get a free report like once a year?
Once a year from each
of the 3 bureaus, and you can do that by annualcreditreport.com. I'm going to put a link right on the Call Kurtis Facebook page.
Okay, very good.
Thanks, Kurtis.
All right, and if you have a consumer problem you can't resolve, maybe we can call the hotline Monday through Friday, or you could always go to our website, cbssacramento.com, click on Contact Kurtis, and fill out our form. Dave?